Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the August edition of What I Eat in a Day Mediterranean Diet. The seasonal vegetables we'll be using today are eggplant, lemons, sweet peppers, and tomatoes. As summer comes to an end, these foods will be disappearing from the farm markets. Seasons change and we'll have new flavors next month. During one of the weeks this month, we went vegetarian as an experiment. We wanted to see if it was possible to eat a hearty Mediterranean diet without any meat, fish, or poultry. And it was actually pretty easy. We made some pretty good food that week. You probably saw some of it if you follow us on Instagram, and I'll put that link in the description box below. Today's video is going to feature all vegetarian meals. But first, let's grab some coffee. For breakfast, we're having banana walnut bread. I actually made this yesterday. It tastes better the next day. I'll show you some footage of me making it, but you can find the full recipe on our blog, Mostly Mediterranean. I'll put the link in the description box. Doesn't that look yummy? For lunch today, we're making my new favorite sandwich, roasted eggplant and lemon. We made this a couple of weeks ago and I fell so in love with it that we've had it 3 times since then. Today is going to be the 4th in 1 month. I know it sounds odd to put lemon slices on a sandwich, but they mellow out when they're roasted and they make a delicious counterbalance to the mildness of eggplant. The flavors are addictive. I sliced up a lemon as thinly as I could and I've picked out all of the seeds, because these are actually going to get roasted and then go on the sandwich, and you don't want to bite down on one lemon seed when you're eating your sandwich. And now we're slicing up the eggplant, and we're going to roast both the eggplant and the lemon together in the oven. Now we're going to assemble everything on a baking sheet. First, we're going to lay down some olive oil. I'm using extra virgin olive oil because it just tastes better. And the sandwich is so simple that you're going to taste the oil flavor a little bit. And here it is out of the oven. It took about 30 minutes. So you'll want to time it between 20 and 40 minutes depending on your oven and how thick that you cut your slices. Now we're just going to put this together on a sandwich. We have these nice crusty seeded rolls that we're going to use for our sandwich. And I'm just going to take the slices, start building. A few lemons. And I'm just going to drizzle a little more extra virgin olive oil on here. And there we go. Your eggplant and lemon sandwich. For supper, we're making stuffed peppers. Whenever my mother made these, she filled them with a mixture of rice and seasoned beef. But I usually replace the beef with cannellini beans. You'll see as we go along. For the stuffed peppers, I took 3 kinds of peppers, so different colors. You can use any color you want. And I've cut the stem out of the top of each of them, and I've cleaned them out. I've rinsed them out, took all the seeds out and the little membranes that are in there. You can lop off the whole top of a pepper if you want to. I prefer to just cut the stem out so there's a little bit of a round edge here. The first thing we want to do is parboil them. So I have a pot of boiling water here, and I'm just going to submerge them. Just kind of make sure that they get under by filling up. You want to soften them up for a few minutes before we bake them, because otherwise they'll just stay crunchy the whole time. This way they get a nice tender texture to them. So in the meantime, I'm going to make the stuffing. For the stuffing, I've cooked 1 cup of orzo. Now traditionally, stuffed peppers are filled with a combination of ground beef and white rice, but I'm going to serve this with a side of pasta, so I didn't want to have rice and pasta in the same dish. So I used a rice-shaped pasta. So I cooked up a cup of orzo. It really blew up to be this much. And I'm going to combine it. I have some dried Italian seasoning in here, and I'm going to combine it with cannellini beans. This is a can of cannellini beans that I've rinsed and drained. And I'm going to add, I have some leftover tomato sauce from the other night. I'm going to add a couple spoonfuls of tomato sauce, maybe 3. And I'm going to stir all this together, and that's going to be the stuffing. Well, I've removed the peppers from the water, I've drained them, and I've put them in this round baking dish. Kind of want to choose peppers that are flat on the bottom so that they stand up. This one's a little wobbly, so I'm just leaning it up against the others. So I've sprayed the baking pan with a little cooking spray, and I filled these 2 peppers, and I'm going to fill the 3rd one now. You want to kind of pat it down as you're doing it, because there's lots of nooks and crannies within a pepper, so they can actually hold quite a bit. So just fill it till it's stuffed. See how you press it down, you realize there's a lot more room in there? Fill it all the way to the top. Clean up some mess I got on the side here. Now I like to top them off with a little bit of breadcrumbs, just to give it a little cap on the top. Not a lot. And then I drizzle it with a little olive oil, just on the breadcrumbs. It's okay if it gets down into the pan. And then we're going to cook this in a 350-degree oven for 20 to 30 minutes. As I'm putting this in the oven, I'm going to put this on another baking sheet. It's a just-in-case pan, just in case anything spills over. We don't want to make a mess in the oven. While the peppers are in the oven, we're boiling some water for the side dish of pasta. And we're also heating up our leftover tomato sauce to serve on top, to serve on the pasta. I always serve my stuffed peppers with a little bit of tomato sauce. It just complements it so perfectly. This is our side dish of pasta. They're little mini rigatoni. Well, here they are out of the oven. We're going to let them rest for a minute. Don't they look good? They smell good. So here's my plate with 1 stuffed pepper, a little side of pasta. I'm going to put a little tomato sauce on everything. Let it spill over. And there we go. There's our stuffed pepper dinner. hope you enjoyed this week's Mediterranean vegetarian recipes. Let me know if you try any of them. I really want you to try the eggplant and lemon sandwich. I love it that much. Thanks for watching. Please share this video with everyone you know. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you soon. Bye.